Hey guys, welcome to Cars and Health Bars. On today's episode, we're going to be getting into what is going on with this whole Ford EV crisis. And on the gaming side, we're going to be talking about the Wii and the Kinect and what happened to it. With that being said, guys, let's get right into it. So as you heard in the intro, we're going to be getting into the whole Ford situation, but before we get into that, I want to bring up something that I kind of saw. I put this video on my watch later, but I eventually did watch it this afternoon. I'm glad I did. It's a really good watch. And Jordan, I wanted to know if I'm sure you know about this guy. He's one of those older guys that you catch on YouTube. Reminds me a lot of Steve Morse. He just knows a lot. Have you ever watched any of Glenn Banks's videos, Power Banks or Banks Power?
Can't say I have.
Okay, well, this guy, he's like a super knowledgeable guy in the industry, in the cars industry, and he's got his own brand. His brand is Banks Power, but I'm not subscribed to him. I just he's got really informative videos that I just click on if I see him on my homepage, and it just so happened to pop up. I think it was Pedal Commander is BS, and I'm like, okay, I can get down with this. So I click on it, and, I put it in my watch later, and I watched it today, and he wasn't calling it out on BS for it not giving power. He was calling it out because they have a similar product that deals with throttle response, and it's funny because Pedal Commander has it on their website directly calling out his throttle command module, and they wrote a whole article about why it's inferior to their product, the Pedal Commander. And it's funny because he goes by point, disproving all these different things, and it's kind of cool. Like, the main thing that he had a gripe with, well, there's several things, but one of the main things that really bugs me that I didn't know about the Pedal Commander is that it's wired directly into basically nothing. Like, you could literally hook this thing up to a lawnmower. Like, it's not hooked up to the OB2. It's just hooked up to a source, your throttle source, and a source of power. So, and I found out
it just regulates the 5-volt reference off of your. Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of things that go bad with that, but what I wanted to bring up first is being that it's only hooked up to that one wire, it doesn't know what gear you're in, it doesn't know anything. So what the problem is these people have their car turned up in like sport mode or something. Dude, if they put it in reverse, the car still has snappy throttle response, and people are like rear-ending people. Like, whenever they go in reverse. That's crazy.
You ever drove a car with a Pedal Commander?
I heard it's really
It is so, yeah. Well, I went with this guy to test drive a Fitchin one time, and it had a Pedal Commander, and also low oil pressure, too. So I was like, this thing just seems like a fucking perfect pick, It's just been someone who don't know what they're doing owns it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's just like a walking red flag. But anyways, this thing was not even on the sportiest mode, and it was unbearable to drive, dude. It basically made one little bit of throttle response feel like 15% throttle felt like 50%.
Yeah, it showed.
It was just unbearable.
He showed the curve graphs, and they have a mode called Sport Plus, which basically means if you're at 10% throttle, or maybe 10 or 20, that the throttle is open 80%. Like, who would want that? Who wants to be wide open throttle, like just baby toeing your gas pedal? Like, that is so dumb. But
people don't understand.
Yeah, but another big gripe that he had that I completely understand from a wiring standpoint is that is tapping directly, like you said, into that 5-amp wire. Well, that's not
5-volt
or 5-volt. Yeah, that's not fused. If you go through the OB2, it's a fused source. You have that prevention there.
Yeah, it's through the ECM.
Like I said earlier, it references the make, model, VIN, trans. It knows everything it needs to know about your vehicle and this isn't a paid thing at all. I just thought it was really interesting. I'll never run.
Yeah, what was it called again?
Banks Power. Like, this dude reminds me a lot of Brian. Like, he's really intelligent. Like, he talks about he was talking about turbos and how it's these diesel guys, maybe not them in particular, but that's who he was talking about, are all about more boost, more PSI, keep throwing. But really what makes power is your air density. It reminded me a lot of the discussion we had with Brian.
Yeah, just like Gen 5 LT engines. It's air density. I mean, E85. That's always a talking point for sure when making power.
Yeah. But anyways, I didn't want to spend too much time on that. I just thought it was a very interesting thing. And yeah, if you get bored, Banks Power has some really really informative videos. Like I learned quite a bit just from watching him. He's pretty entertaining too. He's like a really old. He's like an older guy. He ain't super old, but you know, he's old. Uh, anyways, so you know, I'm sure everybody at this point has kind of heard about the Ford crisis. You know, people put in all these orders for these Fords, and now they're backing out. And I mean, just going off a number that I pulled up here, Ford has lost 4.7 billion in 2023, and could lose another 5 billion this year, 2024. Due to the whole EV thing, man. Like, what are your thoughts on this whole situation that Ford's going through right now?
Well, I think Ford's always been someone who's experimented more than the other big three in the U.S. You know, you go look in your past, and Ford's had EVs out for a while now. They didn't have the Prius or nothing, but they've been messing with EVs. You know, they've just always done things kind of trying to dip their toes in different markets, and that's something I kind of like about Ford as a company.
I just feel like, just from what I've seen, I just don't think the demand is there from Ford because, you know, if I pull up the sales here from, granted, this is 2022, but I'm sure it's not that much different now, but Tesla has such a monopoly on the electric scene. Like, I'm looking here,
No doubt.
the top two ranking cars are both Teslas with 251,000 units sold of the Model Y, and 211,000 of the Model 3. Third ranking is the Ford Mach-E with only 40,000 units. Like, that is a drastic difference. There just isn't, like, and you got to think too from a consumer standpoint. You know, Tesla's been making cars since 2008, and here everybody else is trying to get started up. It just makes more sense to go with Tesla because they've got way more experience and development time under their belt with the EV scene.
Yeah, I mean, Tesla's just been in that game for so long. I really would find it hard for anyone to come close to them in that scene, even for a long time.
Do you just like? Do you feel like Ford is really like overdid it this time? I understand you come from a standpoint of, you know, they've
I
always,
don't think they overdid it.
yeah, with the spilling money into it and everything. I don't know, man. It's just, that's a lot of
Well,
money, but that might not be uncommon for automakers.
yeah, I don't think that's a lot of money because you look at like GM with the new Gen 6 V8 engines they're developing for trucks, and I'm guessing Corvette, maybe if Camaro comes back. You know, they dumped, I can't remember, it was $1 billion into just that engine, you know, platform. So, and they, you know, they're probably going to use some of the old platforms design like they did with the Gen 3 to Gen 4 and Gen 4 to Gen 5. So, unless they're doing like a completely ground up, but it's probably going to be an aluminum block with cast in sleeve, just like a Gen 5. Going to be direct injected. Hopefully this time they give direct and port injection. I think that's something GM guys have been wanting for a while. That's Ford has done right, but Ford, you know, they try different things, but they still keep, like, for the instance, the Mustang. They still have the Mustang,
Yeah.
but they also tried the Mach-E. You know, they didn't completely get rid of one for the other, and that's something that I think Ford's always done, is they've always had their lineup.
Why do you think all these consumers are like backing out of their pre-orders and they're like just getting stuck with all these trucks and cars?
I don't think that. Are you talking about just like gas powered vehicles?
No, I'm talking
Like
about
just,
like all the EVs that got pre-ordered in, you know, 2023, and now people
I
are like,
think a lot of people jump the gun on EVs because everyone sees a Tesla and they're like, "Oh my god, it's so cool!" And you know, it's at the end of the day, if it snows, you're screwed. If you live in the north, it's probably not a good investment.
if you live in the
Unless you
South, you
live
know,
in
we don't.
Vegas or California, like it's a very, how do I say this? It's not a necessity. It's almost like buying a Corvette. You know, it's not like you don't need it. It's just you want it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people think, oh, well, so many people own them, and I can just buy this and go wherever I want. And if you don't live in like Texas, California, like this Southwest, you're probably not going to go very far because to get a full charge and then drive somewhere, you know, because they have it on Teslas where you can map it out where you need to charge. If you live in the north or east, like around Kentucky, for example, it's going to be very hard to go very far on a full charge and still be able to charge unless you have like a, charging station that you know of, because there's not very many charging stations even in Bowling Green. So you can imagine away from big cities, it's just going to be hard.
It kind of sucks because it's almost like we're kind of in their or you are in their shoes with the E85. You kind of got to plan your route based on where you can get fuel at. Granted, you're flex fuel, but if you weren't, you'd be in basically the same situation. There's not very many e pumps.
Yeah, I would never go E85 if it wasn't flex myself. Unless I lived like in Bowling Green around one.
I will say they are creeping up more. I'm seeing a lot more dealerships having EV, charging stations like Gilly Hyde and Glasgow. I just
Yeah,
recently
Ford's
noticed they
got
had
one.
one. But it's like you said, it's not like gas stations. There's not one every so many miles. It's they are creeping up, but it's like you said. I think people jumped the gun on it. They got too excited, and people who have really, I know I hate to say this, but no business owning an electric car got a hold of an electric car, and now they're realizing, oh, this is unrealistic and impractical for where I'm at. Like for me, for example, I drive 50 miles to work. I don't pass a single charging station. I can tell you that. That's I don't know what the charges are, but I'm sure after a couple trips to work, I'd be needing a charge. I'm sure I'd probably have to charge that at home every night.
I don't
Get
know
50
what
miles.
your basic Teslas get. I'll
I was gonna
Google
say
it real
I'm
quick,
about to
but
look that
I'm
up.
guessing it's around 300 to 500 miles.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. 35. Yeah,
Let's see here. So there's also long range ones, and it
yeah,
just depends.
packages and stuff. I would just say go off a baseline.
Yeah, so here's one. It's saying the Model S gets 390, Model X 340,
Ooh,
and then the long range of the S gets 420
that's
to
not.
520. So the long range Model S gets the most, and that's pretty good. But Model X most range is 360. Model 3 is standard 263 long range up to 353.
There's no
It's all
denying it.
about 200. The it's all like 300 miles or more on the bases.
Yeah, I is charging. For me, somebody drives 100 miles a day. That's like half a week, maybe a full week if I get the extra battery
But
charge.
you want to look at the Mach E, and uh it'll go the Mach E will go. No, this is maintaining 65 miles an hour.
Uh huh.
It says it goes 6 miles after zero indicated range. I don't know what that means.
It goes 6 miles after it says a
Oh,
zero
so that's
charge. True.
until it goes down a percent. Okay.
Oh, okay.
The Mach E is one of the worst, and I think that's one of the reasons it's sold so bad.
It's not very efficient.
No, the Mach E is probably one of the worst TVs to buy.
Yeah.
And that's coming from a Ford Tech or ex Ford Tech. But yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was after I heard how much money they lost. It was kind of, I'm sure people were kind of talking about it a little bit, but after hearing that they lost that much money, man, it was like, golly, $5 billion almost. Like, sheesh.
Yeah, I'm sure Ford is not happy about that, but I would not be surprised if they're like, "Oh, that's not too bad. Like we can come up from that."
Yeah. But I'm like I said, I'm with you. I just feel like a lot of people jump the gun on the whole EV thing. I feel like hybrids is definitely the way to go if you're really wanting to get into EVs. It's just more practical for today's standpoint.
Yeah, and really a hybrid is my favorite type of vehicle if you're going to talk about reliability, cost to maintain. Because a lot of people don't realize hybrids go through less brakes, less oil,
Yeah, I mean,
and that adds up over time, especially the oil changes. Because and the brakes, because man, I'll see a hybrid come in for service and it'll have like 70,000 miles, and those front pads are like brand new still almost.
wow.
Like
Oh,
they are nowhere near needing changed.
yeah, I know my coworker C-Max. He told me the way his operated was the gas engine was just pretty much there to power the electric charge the electric engine.
Not entirely.
Yeah, I know the brakes is really what charges it, does the most work for it, the that charge, but uh Yeah, I mean, they just get such good fuel mileage. Like, yeah, you're still using gas, but oh my
You're getting
God,
like 40 miles to the gallon, man.
he was getting like 50 or 60, dude. Like, you're just not using
Yeah,
anything.
the C Maxes are really good about that. I remember my first day at Ford, I had to change the air filter in one, and they are such a pain.
Probably got to take like the whole like fender well
No,
out.
it's really close. It's below the cowl, like it's sunk back behind the firewall and the
Oh,
cowl,
nice.
and you got to get a wrench on it. You ain't getting a ratchet, and you ain't got. I remember it is such a pain. I got so mad at it.
It sounds like fun. It
Came
probably
in at like 4:30.
you imagine doing your first one. It pays like an hour, and it takes you like all day to figure
Oh,
that
it
out.
pays 3/10 of an hour, and it probably took
Oh my
me all of
God.
that and then some.
Oh my God. 3/10 of
Air
an
filter,
hour.
yeah, air filters don't pay nothing.
Oh my God. But yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit about while we still have some time on the cars topic, just kind of like the hybrids versus EVs. You know, we both kind of have the same standpoint, but I feel like if sports cars stay the way the Corvette is transitioning, I feel like if they go full electric and with the sports cars or with the Camaro, well, we saw it with the Mach E. It's so unpopular. It's so much more ideal for them to go hybrid because it still gives them the chance to have that power of an engine. You know,
Yeah, and if you look at the new S650 Mustang, they do have the EcoBoost hybrid, I believe.
oh, okay. Uh,
And that is something that I think would be really cool to own for a daily driver.
I guess we can go ahead and count out the Charger or Challenger because we already found out it's EV, full EV, so that kind of sucks. But
The Challenger?
yeah, didn't wasn't it the one that everybody was memeing on it, making the electric exhaust sounds? Everybody's making fun of it.
Are you sure it wasn't the Hornet? Or
Oh yeah,
whatever?
that's right. That's what it is. Uh, but I feel like that's the way. I don't know. I could see it going either way. I feel like Dodge would pretty much scrap it unless they could use, that because Dodge is all about that V8. I don't know. You never know with them.
Well, I mean, they canceled the Charger and Challenger, so
Yeah,
that really surprised me too. How to Dodge?
they're gonna do the same thing. Camaro's gonna do. They're gonna hold out. They're gonna really design and engineer some sort of a EV or hybrid to go inside of the chassis and do a new body, of course. And then that's gonna be the next generation of pony cars, in my opinion. Could be completely wrong. Yeah, it shocked me that the Charger would leave too, because the Charger it never did stop production, did it? In
Oh
our
yeah,
in our lifetime.
yeah. It wasn't even in production when we were born, dog.
Oh, I thought. Okay, I'm thinking of. Yeah, yeah.
The Challenger and Charger both came in at the same time,
Okay, yeah. For some reason, I thought
like around '08.
yeah. For some reason, I thought the Charger would stayed in production. That's right. The Charger stayed out for a long time before it came back in '08. That's right. Uh,
Yeah, they really let that thing die out.
yeah, and then
Both of them.
for it to come back as a sedan, they did
The
it
closest
dirty.
thing to the Charger was the Ram Charger, like
You
in the
imagine
80s.
such a like iconic car to get like ripped out of its grave get turned into a sedan. Whoever designed like the '69 Charger is just like rolling in his grave, like
Oh,
kill
yeah,
me.
he's like, why?
Oh my God,
Why
you
did they do this to
really
my
rolling in
baby?
his grave whenever he sees them out there doing the shutdowns.
Oh, I bet.
He's gonna haunt whoever the designer who made it into a sedan.
The guy who designed the C6 is rolling in his grave, seeing so many at the takeovers.
Oh God, yeah, they're becoming just as bad. Uh, but yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the Ford stuff. It was somewhat of a hot topic. It's been going around. It is dying out, but better late than never to hit that topic for sure. It's pretty big news in the automotive industry.
Yeah, and I just wanted to mention, I think we're already seeing it with GM and I think Honda, the hydrogen engines. I can really see a future in that
Oh yeah,
because you just fill it up with water
yeah.
and you just separate the hydrogen from the oxygen.
Didn't they have an engine at some point like that ran off like vegetable oil or something? I feel like.
I don't know. I know like older diesels would run off like you
Yeah,
can
that's
mix
what it
in
was.
transmission fluid and yeah, different oils and shit.
Huh.
Because we had a guy at Ford who had one and we'd, dump some oil and transmission fluid in that sucker.
And it ran.
Yeah, I'd run off it a little bit.
That's crazy.
Maybe not the best, but it'd run off it. Definitely not the best emissions.
No. Oh no, not at all. Those O2 sensors, like what's going on right now?
I don't even know if that thing had O2 sensors. It'd been deleted. No, I had to have one. But
Yeah. Didn't know what to do with those ratios. Just like, I don't know, huh?
we running rich house.
Yeah. All right, well, let's throw it to our gaming topic. So I wanted to know, as a child, did you ever have a Wii or a Kinect? Because that was kind of before we
Yes.
really talked. Okay, so
I had both.
oh, okay, so you got some firsthand experience on this.
Yes.
So, what'd you think about the Kinect and the Wii? Because I've got my opinion.
The Wii was pretty fun, but the Kinect was like the biggest flop I've ever seen. Because it's like Xbox saw the Wii, and the Wii had so much success, and Xbox was like, "Give me a piece of that." And then, if you didn't buy an Xbox with a Kinect, you weren't buying that shit.
God, they were so expensive.
I had got an Xbox that had one, and I used it like a total of 5 times.
Oh my God, do you remember the people who would use the Kinect mic in games?
That was the worst. I just don't understand how they thought that was good.
Like, homie, I could hear everything going on in your house right now, and the echo is like ripping my
I must
eardrum.
have heard another one, because, man, it took me one time, and I just knew.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you. The Wii was fun, especially like if you had some homies over, or like a family game night, playing bowling, dude. That was like a go-to. Like I think everybody did that.
I had once you got over like 1,000 skill level or whatever on there, you got the stars on your bowling ball. I had that.
Bro, you've been a competitive
I had gold
gamer since
camo.
day one.
I had gold camo on my bowling ball. You know what I'm saying?
You are such a gamer, dude. This is insane. How
Dude,
deep
since
does
I've been a kid, I've been hardcore.
your competitive gaming lore just goes way too deep. I mean, had dark ether.
It started young.
God. On Halo, just get like a golden tea bag.
I had dark ether bowling balls. Dear God.
I'll never forget those dang Wii remotes. I remember my in-laws had one back when me and my wife were first dating, and they kept telling me wear that wristband while you're bowling, and dude, I did not. I yeeted that remote right into their entertainment center.
Sheesh.
They were all laughing, but deep inside, I'm like, oh God, if that went through the TV, I'd been dead. I feel like that's happened to a lot of people.
I never lost mine.
I did. I don't know. I was kind of a noob. I didn't play Wii much. I might have played it like a total of like 5 or 6 times.
I played Mario Kart a lot.
Oh yeah, did you have?
I actually played Call of Duty on the Wii, and that sucked.
I heard the nunchucks were kind of annoying.
What do you mean?
Didn't they have like a nunchucks attachment? Because they had all those weird attachments that the Wii remotes would go into, like the
nunchucks.
Yeah.
Like 2 sticks.
I don't know. Let me look it up. I'm like, I know. I'm using.
They had one. They had one that was like a joystick on it.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, okay. I was confusing it with the joystick remote.
No, that thing wasn't bad.
Yeah, it's called it.
I had that.
I guess because.
Well, I didn't know it was called that, but yeah, I know what you mean.
It's because it's got a wire on it, plugs into the bottom of the regular remote. That's why. But yeah, did you have like the Mario Kart steering wheel and everything?
Yeah, I did have one of those, I think.
Oh dang!
I had all the attachments, bro. I maxed out that thing. I had max level.
Did you have the dang gun that you could put it into and play first person shooter?
Yeah, dog.
Oh my God!
I think it was max level, dude. I had gold on that gun.
Gold on it. You done went prestige. You got dang kill
I got
counter
diamond on it. Yeah, I didn't got my clan tag on the side, dog. I etched it in with a knife. What you mean?
How was playing video like first person shooters on a Wii though?
I had Call of Duty World at War on it, and I beat the campaign on that thing.
Wasn't Blops 1 on there too?
Yeah, I had that too. I played zombies with that.
Oh my
But
god.
I was really young and it scared me, so I didn't play it much. My dad
PTSD.
played it some.
That's so funny, bro. Uh, yeah, but you got to think the Wii, and then you go from the Wii to the Kinect. Like what happened, bro?
It's like it got worse.
It was the Kinect was
It's
the
like you
newer
get full
technology,
body, but yeah, you get the full body tracking, but it's like the baby step to VR or something, but you don't wear the headset.
and
Like
it
I don't
didn't.
know, it was bad.
I heard it didn't work well unless you're in like a super well lit up room, and like who wants to play video games in like a surgery room? You know?
Yeah, it had to be lit up. Like it had to see you and your
Yeah, I
shadow.
want it to be so bright I can't see what's on the screen.
I mean, it may not have to be that bright, but it's like, come on now.
I just I guess back then it was such a craze for gamers to be healthy and like kind of have that where you're not sitting on the couch. I feel like that was a big thing back
If you
then.
had a fat grandchild, you bought him a damn Connect.
Yeah, or a Wii.
The games for it suck too, man.
I heard they were like not even like activity based games. And I will say one thing about the Kinect is, like I said, I can't speak because I didn't have it, but I feel like the exercise games were like really well done. But I mean, like, what
I
do you
never had
expect?
one, so I don't know.
Yeah, I heard about that. That
Like I never had the games, so I don't know.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a game. It's more like a workout video that you can actually interact and it can track you with. You know, from that standpoint, that sounds dope. Like it sounds really nice. But to buy like $200 or $300 piece of equipment just so you can do a workout video and it know where you're at seems kind of insane.
Yeah, I do workouts at home without any like just some dumbbells. I can imagine buying something like that.
I feel like maybe
Like
that's
people act like buying something's gonna make them do it. It's like, nah, if you want to work out, just get out there and do it.
yeah. You see people
Like,
buying those like $2,000 Pelican bikes. It's crazy.
yeah, that's stuff. I can kind of get that, I guess, if you're in the city or something. But I don't know. I never, even that, I couldn't spend the money on it, man. I'd just buy a bike.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but it was a huge health thing back then. I feel like with the Wii and
Yeah, for sure. I remember there's one meme I always saw. It was like this girl, and she was like morbidly obese or obese, and she stepped on the Wii scale, and it told her she was.
I forgot about the Wii scale, the steps, dude, the steps.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, we had that reminds me, we actually had back in my elementary school, we actually had Wii set up in our gym class, and we did the whole steps thing. I remember that.
No way.
Yeah, it's all coming back to me now. That's how I remember the steps because we had it in gym
That's
class.
wild.
Yeah, we did the Wii fitness stuff in gym class in Allen County.
Wii Fitness, man. Why do they call it the Wii? Is what I don't understand.
That's a good question. Why is it
Like,
called
that's
a
a
Wii?
weird name. Is it Japanese or something? Like
Yeah,
Chinese, Japanese, some Sugandis?
how did the Wii get its name? Let's see. Wii from Nintendo's 7th generation console was released in 2006. Wii is a similar to the. Oh, it literally just means Wii, as in WE. I guess emphasizing that the console brings focuses on bringing people together to play and enjoy games as a community. I guess as a
I mean,
family.
it did do that.
Yeah. Yeah, and the double I represents the two Wii remotes that you hold, the two controllers. Okay.
Okay.
There we go.
I can get that. I ain't gonna hate on that.
Yeah, that's pretty good marketing. They should have emphasized that more because I don't remember it being that set up for that.
They should have made like the logo have the remotes instead of I.
Yeah, or like two people, as the eyes because people and eyes are kind of like lowercase eyes.
Yeah.
What in the world?
Hmm.
I feel like we was way. I don't know. I wouldn't say it was ahead of its time. I just feel like we could still be fun to this day if they kept going on it.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
it's just such a simple and fun concept. It's like you said. It's just fun to go and like. If you got your buddies over, got family over, it's something like anybody could get into because it's like such
Yeah.
a simple thing, like bowling, ping pong. Wasn't there a boxing one too?
Yeah, dude. Me and my dad would do the boxing. That was fun. And Matt, dude, let me tell you, you gotta watch Matt on boxing.
Really? You played with Matt
Yeah,
on Wii?
the me character, Matt.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. That's too deep a
The
lore for
black
me.
guy with the goatee.
Oh yeah, is he supposed to be like Mike Tyson or who's that other
Nah, he's just
boxer?
like a character. They had the same characters in every like baseball, bowling, all of it.
Oh,
Dude, let me tell you, Matt in boxing, he was a beast. You didn't mess with him.
my God, you know all the lore.
I was competitive, man. I had to know the moves. I had to do the 1-2 left, right, upper.
Everybody be grabbing Matt in Wii Sports.
For real, if he was on your team, you was winning.
Golly, so you played online
Baseball,
too?
nah.
Oh, I was gonna say you play. You like?
It's like because you make your own character, but then you have like a team, like
Oh,
in
you have like an
baseball or
avatar on your
whatever.
team. Okay, an AI avatar.
Yeah, you got a bunch of avatars on your team. You got
Okay.
like in baseball, you got like 7
I was gonna say
or
like
10.
homies in like the Wii Olympics or something. You're gonna be.
Dog, I could have been in them.
Oh my God, that's
And
just
tennis, dude. Tennis, Matt was a rough one too. God, he was just roughing everything, dude. He was a beast. In tennis, you could get like the fast serves.
uh huh.
He would just get those, dude.
He'd cream you every time, huh?
He'd get you off that serve if you weren't paying attention, man.
Yeah, that guy I watched play the Papa's games. He the other half of his channel, he plays the crap out of like Wii Sports games still. I might need to watch some of those. They might be pretty
You
funny.
should.
But yeah, it's cool to see people are still playing those Wii Sports games. Yeah, I might see if my in-laws will sell me theirs. It's just so much fun to play. I feel like that'd be fun to
It
play
is.
like during 4th of July or something when everybody
Oh
does
yeah.
something kind of like messed up a little bit.
Oh, that would be. Yeah, it's perfect for drunk people because they just don't know what they're doing.
My God, perfect for drunk people.
Drunk people just love to do stuff like that. I don't know why, but they do.
God, that might be the movie.
We should just we should host the drunken Wii Olympics.
Oh my God.
We just like go in public, like in the Glasgow Square, and just set up like a mobile Wii station.
Yeah, I have like one of those
And
big
have
projector screens.
like right next to a bar, and just see who gets on it.
Step right up, step
And
right up.
like Saturday night, you just head it out there.
Dude,
Win $20 if you kick another drunk guy's butt in Wii Sports.
I was gonna say like have like the boxing set up. A guy's mad he lost, so he's like,
Oh.
fight me in real life.
Dude, we just had our idea.
Yeah, I mean, Dalton Newton's boxing ring's right in that area, anyways.
Dude, we gonna have all the people over there. Wii Sports is about to be drunk sports, or I don't know. We gotta get a name for it.
God, that sounds like a funny segment to do whenever we do like the Dean Dong Ditch group.
Huh.
You know, have like a segment at the end where we just play Wii Sports. Have like Dean trying to play.
Have a tournament.
He'd break the controllers like first round.
No fair, man.
You cheated somehow. Yeah,
Old Dean.
that's the whole Wii thing. Like you said, I wonder if the reason the Wii isn't really coming back or trying to is because of the takeoff of all these VR headsets.
Yeah, I think VR has took the place of that. And I don't even know what VR is popular now, but VR seems really fun.
This dang Apple one's the one that everybody's talking about, but I don't think they're talking about it for the right reason, honestly. Because
Yeah, other stuff has done what it's doing.
this headset is just as their list price, no tax or anything, is $34.99. So after tax, probably going to be like tapping on $4,000's door, you know.
Sheesh.
And what I read, they're not going to have Hulu, YouTube, or any like media apps from launch. Like, who wants that? Like,
I'd be wanting YouTube, no doubt.
I hate that my Apple Watch can't play YouTube on it, and I know the Samsungs can. I hate that, and I don't even know why. Just like sometimes I just be wanting to hang out at work and watch YouTube videos on the DL, you know.
Huh.
But yeah, that's
Just staring at
insane.
your watch.
Yeah. Apparently, I don't know if they're sold out or not, but I'm just seeing a headline here. People are reselling their Vision Pros for up to $9,400 outside the U.S.
Jeez.
Like, I don't understand.
Is it only in the U.S. right now?
That might be why, because it says
There must
outside
be a
the US.
premium for it then. Outside, like people trying to get their hands on it.
I don't know. I just feel like we as
We about to list them on the black market, dog.
It's just like it just seems like everybody's getting so hive-minded with technology. Like everybody's got to have the latest and greatest. It's like iPhone. It's funny on Google right now. The Apple Vision Pros have 2.5 stars. You imagine getting something and just like hating it that much that you done spent that much money. Like that's got to be the worst feeling ever.
I mean, I think most of these people are just really bad with money that do that.
Yeah, for sure.
Kind of like Dean.
Oh my god. Yeah, it sucks because, and it's funny too because this is Apple's. It's kind of like with anything. This is Apple's first time taking a hit at the VR headset. Like people should know they need to kind of like let them other people feel it out before they jump in, because it's like anything. They're not going to nail it right off the bat. There's always going to be better versions.
They should
of
have like a beta.
Yeah, for sure. You got like somebody like Oculus or even what Meta. I mean, the Facebook headset. They've been making headsets for a while now. They're on like couple or maybe 3 or 4 generations.
Yeah, and those don't seem like a bad one, honestly.
No, Trisha had one, and it wasn't bad at all. It was definitely wasn't worth the money in my opinion. But it's because I'm just not a VR gamer. It's not because I'm hating on the quality. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're a VR person, man, I just can't imagine you taking that deep dive on a product that just came out, and it's the most expensive one by far. I don't even think the most expensive Oculus is that much. You're talking $4,000, man. That's insane. Let's see what the Oculus is. I guess they're on the Quest 3 now. It's going for $500 on Amazon. I see. Here's the Pros going for $1,000. Like that ain't even close to the dang Apple, and I just can't imagine what it could have besides exclusivity. And I feel like that's something that Apple's just held on to for years is exclusivity.
Man, you're just buying that brand. Like there are some Apple products that are nice, but I feel like a lot of the time you're just buying that brand.
You're absolutely right. I'll say it. I've been an Apple guy ever since I got a phone. I'll probably stay that way just because that's kind of how I've started out. But I'm not going to go out and buy a headset just because it's got Apple's name on it. I just don't care.
Yeah,
that's not.
I'm right there with you.
If I need a new phone, I'm going to get Apple just because that's what I've always had.
I honestly could switch. I don't care.
Yeah.
It's just more convenient to stay with what I got and I've had.
I really like the UI of Apple. I've seen the Sung and everything else. It just ain't.
I like Sung. I really like the one Luke has. I don't know if it's actually Samsung or not, but
yeah, I'm pretty.
Man, that they got like the stretchy screen ones and stuff now, dude. There's all kind of cool technology they got with that stuff.
Yeah, I guess I'm kind of just stuck in my ways. I really like if the iPhone changes too much, I'm probably just going to stay on the later versions because I really like
it's really basic and
that's what I like about it.
Phones. But it is like a safe device.
Yeah, it's like Gavin said. Gavin's an IT guy. He was explaining to my coworker. It is, and if you get a virus on an iPhone, you did something real, real bad. Like
no doubt,
is impossible. You've almost got to like import a virus in, and I don't even know, jailbreak your iPhone. I remember that was a thing back when the iPods were out.
Yeah, I remember that.
Everybody be selling jailbroke iPods. It's got music. It's got all the music.
Oh my god.
But
man, I forgot about jailbroke iPhones.
Yeah, it was a big thing back in the day. We're getting old. Talking about our whole topic is about a console that came out in 2006, and we'd be missing it. I mean,
06.
I wonder how much you can get a Wii for nowadays. I'm gonna look into it. You can get
probably like a sandwich.
A sandwich? Nah,
12-pack and a sandwich, dog.
I'm seeing $60 for a console.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, you probably get one off of eBay for what in the world? Hell's
$30.
What in the world? What do you do on there? Just get yelled at?
Make the ham sandwich.
That's funny. I had no idea about that. I didn't even know Hell's Kitchen was out back in that time.
Dude, the Wii was ahead of its time. That's all I'm saying.
It really was. It's just so funny that the Kinect tried to follow it up, but it was just like the worst thing ever. Oh man, the Wii was the thing to have. Like, if you heard the homie had the Wii, you were like, "Hey, yo, when you gonna let me come over though?"
I mean, I think the Xbox 360 was the console to have.
Yeah, definitely. Because I was on PS. I switched to Xbox because I was like, dang. Well, plus Logan too. He's like, you had to get what the homies had. Really, that's what you had to do. You didn't want to be the homie that
Oh,
was only
yeah,
put on
Halo on
PlayStation.
it, man.
Yeah,
Halo alone was enough reason.
that's
The
what.
only good one on PlayStation was Ratchet and Clank, God of War. I
Yeah.
don't even. Dark Souls, was that on a
Uh,
PlayStation?
yeah. I think so. And Crash Bandicoot was on PlayStation.
Yeah, Crash was pretty cool, but it wasn't on the later ones.
Crash was one of my favorite games to play on my PS2. But yeah, another reason to buy PC. We got all that and more.
Too bad. Looking like GTA 6 may be a year or two before we get it on
I'm
PC,
not
just
even
like
mad
GTA
about that.
5.
I'm not even mad about that. Just I
I
want them.
I, I kind of am. I don't like console exclusivity. I think it's bad for the consumer.
It definitely is, but if you gotta think if there's kinks in the game, we're not gonna get to experience those unless they're like
I mean,
exclusive
usually
PC
PC
games.
sees all the best of any game because it's made on a PC. It has to be ported to the Xbox or PlayStation.
So much new content came out whenever they switched to PC too, because like first person wasn't a thing. There was a few other things that weren't in the game until after they did full release for PC and Xbox One. I feel like there was another really key thing missing from launch, other than the first person that was in 5. It's funny too because they made such a big deal about that, and literally nobody uses it. Like
Hmm.
they made such a big deal about something that nobody asked for. Dude, remember the Just Dance games were on the Wii too?
Yeah, my sister and me
Yeah,
had
that's why
one.
people use the step pad. No, think the step pads were used
No,
for that. Wasn't there a special like mat or something you could
I
put on?
never had the step pad.
Oh, maybe I'm thinking of something else. But yeah, Just Dance. I'm sure the Guitar Heroes were on there too. Dude, we just had it
Yeah,
going
they
on.
were. I had Guitar Hero on it too. I forgot about that. Man, I 100%ed a few songs on Guitar Hero 6, dog.
This is making me want to get a Wii to live a part of my childhood I didn't have.
Oh, it was so good.
Cooking Mama? God. Yeah, Guitar Hero. Here it is. Legends and Legends of Rock. Wow. Yeah,
So many good games.
I played Guitar Hero on my PlayStation. I had the guitar. I had the guitar
Yeah, I
and the
played
microphone.
Guitar Hero 2 and 3 on PlayStation 2.
Unfortunately, the technology was not there. See, I'm more of a vocalist. I would love to like do the microphone, but it turns out you don't have to say any word at all. You just have to have a sound coming into the microphone. It's like, yeah, you're killing it, bro.
Huh.
I was like, oh, I really wanted to like see if I was a good lyricist.
I mean, it was built different.
I was, dude. I'd sing Black Hole Sun like I was the artist, dude.
Black hole sun, won't you?
Yes, sir. Anyways, just wanted to hop on here, talk a little bit about the Wii, and I guess if that's all you've got, we'll throw it to an outro, and we'll catch you guys next time.
We will rock you.
Wii. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode as much as we did. If you did, hop on over to our social media, follow us on there so you can keep up with us throughout the week. We love to post memes and interact with you all. And with that being said, guys, we'll catch you in the next one.